Kodiak Robotic, the company that makes driverless trucks, they have how was it worded? They have opened up a truck port in Houston. Now, now I just wanted to say that part there before I hit you with the last part. They opened up a truck port in Houston under it at Ryder facilities, the same company that just acquired Carton.
Yeah.
That's what we do here. We're connecting the dots, and I'm pretty sure you've caught on by now. Now, Kodak, we did a show on Kodak that Warren Buffett owns a share in it. Now we finding out they have involvements with Ryder and Eugene. Now, do you want me to let you take it? Because I don't want to take this part because I know you researched this part. Because I'll be glad to tell it.
Yeah, well, see, and that's the thing, when you look at the timelines on everything. So if you go by the timeline, let's go back to 2023, basically. Well, actually, let's go to 2022. In August of 2022, Pilot joined Kodiak's board of directors.
Pilot?
Pilot.
Talking about the company Warren Buffett just bought.
The Pilot truck centers, travel centers. They had they joined Kodiak's board of directors.
You said it was in 2022.
Yeah, August of 2022. They had made the plan in August of 2022.
Crap. This man just bought 100%. Warren Buffett just bought 100% of Pilot. Just this year, he just closed on that, and they was already on the board with Kodak.
In 2022, they had made plans in August of 2022 to start the that first. What was it called? It was
a truck stop that was going to be designed to service driverless vehicles,
the autonomous trucks. In Villa Rica, Georgia. But they came up with that plan when they got on their board of directors in August of 2022. Well, let's fast forward a year later, August of 2023, they got the truck stop set up.
Right.
In Villa Rica, and Kodiak has a 18,000 mile network, which we had pretty much discovered that they were running back and forth from Georgia to Dallas.
Right.
Now, Ryder has a network. Well, let me go back. We did another show where Kodiak had teamed up with Maersk. How you say it? Maersk?
Maersk, the container company, the shipping vessel. Maersk,
the shipping vessel. Maersk needed help because they had a lane that they needed help running from Houston, Texas, from their terminals in Houston, Texas, to Oklahoma City. So that's over 400 miles of running right there. Well, that's a lane that, since Kodiak was already running that lane, well, here comes Ryder merging or teaming up with Kodiak to run a lane between Houston to Dallas. And they began running that lane. So now this gives Kodiak a lane to run between a Ryder facility in Houston to a Ryder facility in Dallas, back and forth. So Kodiak's lanes that they're going to have from Texas is from Houston to Dallas is one of their set routes, and also from Houston to Oklahoma City. So they run in that I-35 corridor. Well, 45-35 corridor from Houston to Dallas, that's I-45. Dallas to Oklahoma City, that's I-35 straight up. And that's a busy stretch of interstate all the way, especially when you get on that Dallas area. That's a very busy stretch of interstate that they're doing the driverless trucks, but they have a human in there. Well, their goal by the end of this year, 2024, later this year, they want to introduce completely driverless trucks to run that lane, because they've been running it now already since last year. So the goal is to create enough data, which we talked about this in our show with the executive vice president of OIDA, Louis Pugh, to where they are just trying to create this data to show that, hey, we have so many months or so many years of safe driving, so many thousands of miles or so many hours of safe driving logged without an accident, without a hiccup, with nothing happening, without a computer failure or glitch. And now that's going to sell the idea with all this data that, hey, we can do it by ourselves in this busy corridor. You know, at first they was testing out these driverless trucks out west on a stretch of interstate wide open, 75 miles an hour, just stretch. There's not a lot of traffic, but this is a busy corridor. And if this is successful, that's just going to really open up the door wide open.
Yes, guinea pig project.
Yes.
Yeah. First, let me clean up what you said about Maersk needing help. I want to do this for the super truckers before they probably go into the comments and go in on you. No, Maersk didn't need no help. They got help. That's what the freight market is for. You got the load border. They got plenty of help. They just want to cut us out. So I just want to protect you on that. I got Eugene back. Furthermore, which I know that you was touching on, but I'm just going to simplify. They running these trucks in more congested areas to no, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm telling them that's what you were saying. That they running these trucks in more congested areas to that's why I call it the guinea pig project. They've been testing it in the open areas where it's not a lot of traffic yet.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The congestion is kind of loose. They want to run it in tighter congested areas this year so that they can prove and pass the test and move this forward faster than they planned at first, because the original plan was to have it fully driverless by 2030. Now they done bumped this up 6 years. You know, so I just wanted to make sure that, you know, that I put that in there. So yeah, it's a guinea pig project. And furthermore, like back to what you were saying about for them to sell the idea, my problem is it's the person that's willing to buy, and that's our government. They're willing to buy this idea. If Gene and I had brought this idea to the government, or you, they would have ran us up out of that capital so fast. They're all investing in this, and what we have found out with Pam, Ryder. They have similar. They have some of the same investors. Vanguard Group, BlackRock, two of the top investors in both of those companies. Pam is a transportation company. Ryder, till they so-called acquired Cardinal, was just supposed to be logistics, equipment rental, leasing, and a little bit of brokerage here and there that they kind of start sneaking in. So the point that I'm getting to is that you got these major hedge fund companies that are using our money that we put into the stock, and they invest in it in different business, which is nothing wrong with that. But what we have to be aware of now, since we're in post-pandemic and we're wondering why we're hurting so bad in the trucking industry, this is why. It's these same investors that we are putting money, that we are giving our money to for stock. They are investing heavily into logistics and trucking, transportation as they call it. And they're putting a hurting on us. And I mean, I just got a problem with that, and I think you should too.
Yeah. That's true. That's so true, because I think, and here's the thing, they not really even hiding it. You know, everything is in our face. We just have, sometimes we're not really looking for it. We're not catching on to exactly what's going on, because like you said once before, oftentimes when people when they make these mergers or they make these acquisitions, people not really paying attention. Okay, this person bought this company out, or they bought this company out. Like we were saying in some of the comments, we were saying when we found out that Warren Buffett owned 100% a pilot, a lot of people say, okay, this might good for him, man. This might be a good thing. A
Yeah.
lot of people was looking at it like that, but no, if you look at everything, connect all the dots, he has a partnership with Kodiak, which the partnership was there prior to him taking on that 100%. But nonetheless, there's a partnership. This is not really a good news for a driver at all.
Right. Right. Not an owner operator, not a business owner, not a small carrier owner, not unless you're gonna publicly trade your company, which a lot of us don't know how to do. But
Right.
back to what you were saying, the information is in our face. But see, this is the thing in this information era. In order to be able to unlock this stuff that's in your face to see it, you have to know, you have to have the question or the thought in your head to put in a Google search bar. If
Yeah,
you don't have the thought or the idea to put in your head to put in a Google search, you'll never see this information.
that's true.
That's the thing. If we look up, you think about it, if you look up the owner of Ryder, or let's just say Pam, you look up the owner of Pam, Joe Vitrio, however you pronounce his last name, he's going to pop up, but he's not the owner. He's a president. The owners are the shareholders behind them. Some of them do have privately owned company that's funded by private equity funding companies. But even in those cases, the private equity fund company really owns the company, even though they're just an investor. So you should be upset now that we in this year, tax time coming up. Some of us insurance renewals, heavy highway taxes, registration renewals. We don't have that kind of financial backing. All of that money is coming out of our pocket.